Welcome back if you have watched the last video, and welcome if you have not. So I don't know what's going on with this box. Maybe I need a specific coin. But either way, we will figure it out. Can I equip these or not? I cannot. So let's go find the silver coin again, because I have no clue where it was. Anyway, first story. Today I tried making brownies. We didn't have enough, so I went to the store and got another pack. However, I mixed it in with the one we already had, but I didn't check the expiration date, and I accidentally made brownies that expired in 2017. So that was fun, and now our house does not smell nice. So, there's that. Super fun. And I do not like the smell of my house right now. Anyway, let's get to the main stories. Wait, there's ketchup. What is this? We already got that. Okay. Going back to the stories. So a little bit back, I went to Epic Studios, I think that's what it's called, in Orlando, Florida, or somewhere near Orlando, Florida. It's just in Florida. And we spent a long time there. However, most of the rides kept breaking down. And the one ride we wanted to go on, ooh, let's get this one out, I think we got that. Guacamole. Anyway, most of the rides were down. Well, only like a handful, but if you only have like 12 rides and 4 of them are down, then that's a bit of a problem. And then once the ride we wanted to go on finally got back up, it was a 2.5-hour wait. And we have a DAS pass, and even with that, it would be an hour and 15 minutes-ish. And I just realized there are 2 different eggs. Anyway, did we get this? Let's see. Rice. We did not get that. Good thing we caught that, and I don't think we got cheese. So let's see. Did we get the cheese? We now have cheese. Oh, there's the red gummy bear. Let me get on top of this. There we go. So I think this conveyor does things that they couldn't fit in the map, which is kind of weird, but it's fine. Now let's go get the bread and the sandwich. I thought that person was an item, and I'm like, why isn't it moving? Okay, climbing another tree, which is possibly the most difficult part of this. We already got that, so let's get the bread. There we go. So, back to the main story. We were at Universal, and we spent most of our time in Mario Land, which personally I thought was the best one. And so did my family. So we spent most of our time there, and when we were leaving, we wanted another snack. So we stopped by a little stand where they were selling a few different things. Nothing much. But they were selling red shell calzones, which were really good. However, they are small, like the size of your palm. And they are $12, but I think it's worth it for the experience and because of the packaging. It's a Yoshi packaging. I think this is curry, am I right? It was curry, and we did get that. Anyways, so we went to Toadstool Cafe, which was also really nice. I got the um, chicken Alfredo, and it had a little Yoshi egg biscuit. It's pretty cute. And on that there is broccoli, so just to let you know. But there's a fountain outside of the entrance that has a Mario statue on it and spinning coins like in the games. And I think that is pretty fun, especially if you're looking for something fun to do. Can I make this jump? We can! We got the yellow gummy bear and sausage links, or sausage chain in this game. Oh, I think we missed the coffee again. Well, guess we'll have to stick it out for a little bit and see what happens. They also had a couple of stained glass windows. Ooh, a ham. And peanut butter. We already got the peanut butter. So they had stained glass windows there, and I thought they were pretty cool. And it's definitely worth a visit. Just don't go during their spring break, because it is hectic and very crowded. But I also recommend getting the magic bands, because you can interact with a lot of things and use an app. I vote Team Daisy, and I say justice for Daisy because they only had one plush of her, and that was the only merchandise they had of her. One plushie in every store, though it was the same plushie or doll, and it made me very upset. So I got the Daisy band, and those are like the only two things that are Daisy related there. There was a lot of Princess Peach, as you would expect, and there were like the little Luminites, I think that's what they're called. The little floating star guys that actually glowed. Oh, here's a candy we haven't gotten. Blue candy, so that must mean there are other candies. That person has a 99 nights thing. Anyway, I wish I took more pictures, but we were just having too much fun to be able to take pictures. So, yeah. There's that story. We also visited the Harry Potter land. I recommend the crepes there, the butterbeer crepes. However, they are expensive, and it only comes with 2 crepes. But it tastes like butterbeer. I don't think the butterbeer was as good as the real Harry Potter land, but it sufficed. We also went to, I think it was another park, maybe the same park, but I think it was a different one in, oh, Disney World, where there was a whole anime shop, well, like Japanese shop, but inside there was a whole corner dedicated to Kirby, as well as a Pokemon section, anime section, and sadly I didn't get to go all the way back in the store, but it was pretty cool. And I did get what was it? I don't know, but I wanted an Eevee hat. However, it was cheaper on Amazon, so I just did that. But I found a cute, but the cute hat I haven't ordered it yet. I probably should, because I don't know if it's gonna still be in stock. Anyway, we also went to Gatorland, and if you haven't gone to Gatorland, you should. There are a lot of gators there, and crocodiles, and also capybaras and flamingos, which I thought was a bit weird since it's called Gatorland. They're supposed to be just gators. But nope, there are capybaras. My family did the gator training for a day. I highly recommend that too, even if you have to get up super early, because it was pretty neat. We got to go feed the gators. We got to take pictures with rare albino gators. And I almost pet a gator. Oh, I did hold a baby alligator that was in the lobby. And I saw Jolene. If you don't know Jolene, look up her story. It is pretty cool. She was found without her top jaw in the middle of the road. No one knows how, no one knows why, but she was struggling. But now she's thriving and looking after all of the baby gators. Sorry, my voice is going out from talking. Should probably get some water. One sec. Okay. So, Gatorland. They also have snakes. However, one snake they have there is an invasive species, so it can never be let out of its cage and on the ground. If it is, they could be fined and they'd have to euthanize it. So they keep it in its cage almost exclusively. So yeah, if you don't like snakes, don't go over to that section. And there's also a spider section, which I was not happy about because I have arachnophobia. Yeah. So let's go find. Wait, is that an eclair? It was an eclair. Sometimes waiting it out really does help. Okay. The first house we stayed at was actually really cool. It was like a miniature one-story mansion. And it had like three or four bedrooms. And one had this old chest that they used as a nightstand. And it looked pretty cool. We closed the door to that room because it was kind of creepy. And we didn't open it again. But I did have my own little section of the house, which was really nice. And there were a bunch of plants, which really helped with my botany lessons. I used one or two of the plants as my field research stuff. Botany is actually pretty fun, and I also recommend that. While we were there, we also went to, I think it's the Kennedy Space Center. Anyway, they have like actual parts of the rockets, even an Artemis one, I think it was. I don't know, it had Atlantis on the end, but you could see where it made entry. It's been on like 32 or 33 flights. And you could see the entry stuff of where rocks and such have hit it. And it's left streaks. But now it is located in that museum area. And you get to see inside it. And there is a part where you get to see how the launch stuff actually worked, like all the computers and such, and how every computer had one person on it, so it was a lot of people. And yeah, if you're into space and all that, you should go there. They actually had a moon rock you could touch in its own little exhibit, and food. So if you are food motivated, there's one reason to go. I have not talked this long in a while. Jeez. The flight there was also pretty fun. Ooh, egg. Fried egg. Anyway, the flight there was fun. I got to sit by the window, which is always nice because I love watching takeoff and touchdown and looking out over the city skyline or just over the city and seeing all of the lights and where people are located the most, which is pretty interesting. I also ordered a plush from Makeship. I ordered a Marcus the Worm one. It did take a little bit to arrive, but I have it. He is in a bag in timeout because he scared the crap out of me the other day. So he's hanging on a wall in a bag. I also saved a moth today. A moth flew into our house last night, and I tried to get it out by turning off all the lights and turning on my phone flashlight to get it to come towards me. It didn't work. Then this morning I found it in my bathtub. I thought it was dead, so I just left it. Luckily, I did not do anything. So then earlier this morning, I heard a flapping sound, and I looked, and the moth had moved, so I knew it was alive. So after a little struggle, I picked him up, kept him in my hands, went outside, let him go, but he fell right to the floor. So I said, okay, buddy, you're not going to survive like that. So I picked him up again and tossed him in the air, basically, and he flew off. So that's the story of how I saved a moth. Okay, this video might be a bit shorter than my last one because my voice is getting tired. However, we have learned a couple new things, how if you stand here, you can get the legendary items. And yeah, let's see. I don't think we have pancakes yet. So we have to search the map for these. Yeah, and some you can only get through the conveyor belt. We found that one. Yes. So the coffee is on the conveyor belt. I wonder. Okay, fries. We already got guacamole. The blue candy is also coming down right here. Tomato. Okay. Oh, I think these are all the ones we haven't unlocked yet. Yeah, so we've unlocked all of these so far. 83. So let's just go down, see what this one is. Rolled in Lucky Block. How nice. Wow. Okay, so that's the vending machine where we need all the coins. Okay, we're gonna need a bunch of Lucky Blocks. And I don't know how or where. Maybe it's like a daily thing? I don't know. But maybe we'll reach all 153 because I do not want to join the group just to get a cake. Anyway, I think that will be the end of this video too, because my voice is dead. Anyway, I will see you next time, probably tomorrow. Okay, bye my peeps.